Hello, my name is Mark Plum and I'm a director at East West Associates. Today we're going to talk about how to find new markets and new customers, and we're going to focus on China because many of us went to China, particularly in the auto industry, to follow our clients, to follow General Motors and to follow Ford in the early 90s. And so what happened is Ford and General Motors said to our clients, hey, we're going to build new factories in China. If you want to sell to us, you need to come here. So we did. We set up bricks and mortar adjacent to the Ford factories, adjacent to the General Motors factories, and our business continued like it had in the States. And this was all good for the first 10 or 15 years. We went there, we have factories, and basically we have one customer, the one who took us over there. Well, that one customer then began to localize, and the expats went home and they began to be staffed by local Chinese, and the local Chinese decided there's more people we can buy from than just our USA guys. So let's start looking at some of the Chinese suppliers, and we began to lose business. So what do you do? In our case, our customer was in the returnable packaging business, and this business is where you make heavy plastic boxes that you send to your tier one, say, transmission supplier or motor supplier, and they in turn build the product, put it in the returnable packaging, ship it to the OEM, which in this case General Motors. Then the packaging gets sent back. And the reason it's in the States it's used so much is it's cost effective because you're reusing the packaging over and over, and it's safer to protect the product because these are very expensive products, these motors and transmissions. So our client then knew China, but they didn't really know China. They knew where General Motors factory was. So in turn, they reached out to us. They said, "Hey," and we said, "We understand your situation. So we got to look at two areas. What other customers are available in your space? Well, who's available in the auto space? Well, you got all the German guys, the Audis, you got the Mercedes, you've got the Japanese, the Hondas, you've got the Kias, the Koreans, and of course you have the Chinese, which is really growing. In turn, you have the Chinese electric vehicle market, which is really, really growing. And in turn, electric vehicles use motors. They use four motors, one on each wheel. So those are potential candidates for returnable packaging. So you do the research, you do it through the Chinese media, the Chinese subject matter experts, the Chinese government statistics to find out who are these customers, where are these customers, who are their purchasing people, who do they buy from now, and all that's done through research, but not just it's not desktop. It's desktop some of it, but it's in the Chinese journals. And unless you have a staff of Chinese on the ground, you can't do it. Second thing you look at and say, okay, let's look at one field afar. Let's look at some of the vertical channels that are next to auto. Well, who is that? Well, over the road trucking is one field afar, and Freightliner's there, for example. Then you look at lawn and garden. Well, who's there? Well, Briggs and Stratton makes riding tractors, lawn and garden tractors. Who else is there? Well, RV vehicle guys are there. That's the Polarises of the world, and plus the Chinese. And who else is there? Well, as I said, and then construction and which is like John Deere and Caterpillar. So now you have two channels you can look at through deep research. You can look at automotive guys that are in your same space, or one field afar, which is, as I said, are the off-road guys, the RV guys, the lawn and garden guys. In the same thing, through research, you find out who these guys are, find out who they buy from. You talk to subject matter experts, you find ex-employees who have worked there, and this all allows you to have an entree. In the case of our client, we had some pretty good connections through research with the lawn and garden guys, particularly riding tractors, lawn and garden tractors, and we were able to work with our client to work with them to set up a transmission package for the returnable packaging for their transmission supplier. So, long story short, a lot of us went to China 30 years ago. We didn't know China. We knew who our client was. And our client goes away, you'll need help finding out who new customers are, and research on the ground can do that for you. If you have any questions, please contact us at our website. Thank you very much.